going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, presented by Dan Media Group, brought to you by what this trip is sponsored by Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. Got my cigars, got my stuff right now. Didn't get one iota of a tan in Vegas or where I'm currently at off the grid, but it's probably because I haven't left my room. I've basically been asleep the whole time. And one thing I need to do more of, as I just realized, that I do not do enough of, and that is sleep. Man, but I tell you what though, this sleep been good to me. Been getting what I need to get, but part of the reason why I ain't been asleep is, I don't necessarily, I'm not the most fond of that interview, but it has some good sound bites in there. But like if you click on that first link for me, Miles, that'll be why, shit. Y'all see exactly why I'm on, like why I am the way I am. Yeah, if Miles got it.
I know they gonna be there, and they know I'm gonna do the best job I can possibly do. I know I'm coming. They know I'm coming. I know they gonna be there, and they know I'm gonna do the best job I can possibly do.
Every morning, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, unless otherwise noted. Speaking of next Friday, for whatever reason, it was funny. Actually, I told one of the stories on Sporadics yesterday about one of the times I got in trouble. I had to hit a kid with a chair when I was coming up at Fairview Middle School. I get to go to Fairview Middle School next Friday to go speak at a Black History symposium or whatever. And for whatever reason, people want me to come speak to the kids. And so I'm going to go talk to the kids about, I don't know, about doing the right thing, I guess. But I'll be there. Also on Friday, we're going to have I guess I got to tell Miles this now. We're probably going to have to do our show in the afternoon, Big Games BS in the afternoon. But we'll have a special Dope Boys with my teammate, guy I grew up around. I didn't necessarily grow up with, but he went to Lincoln High School by the name of Crefonzo Thorpe. So Crefonzo Thorpe, me and him will be chopping it up next Friday. I'm going to try to get another one since we haven't had a real one in a little while. But yeah, so there's that. Good morning to Greenies for our month. Our month is halfway over. I hope everybody had a good VD the other day. I hope you went out and shared that, spread your love with somebody special and whatnot. For those who didn't, hey, sorry, don't know what to tell you, but try harder next year. Don't be ugly. Don't know what to tell you. But let's go down this list real quick, Miles, because I'm flying blind. I'm flying with you. So whatever the next link is. Oh yeah. Oh damn, that's it. Man, all right. Well, before we get into that, we're on the road to 6,000 members. We're 630 away from 6,000. So we need to get that. Get to that. Hopefully you guys will do that. Try to get these numbers driven back up. Love the love. We were growing really rapidly. Still growing faster than what the normal was, but that December and January was epic. And as far as growth goes, love to get that. Love to get the subs. Love to get the sub. Continue to get the subs to grow. Would also love to be able to get the memberships up. Shout out to a couple of new members. We didn't say anything to David. David joined. Shout out to Joseph Trago for becoming an all-in member. Appreciate you going ahead and upgrading that for us. We've got still got a good amount of members. We're at 173. We were at 180, but I know we had some people gift memberships. Shout out to my guy Chip, and Michael Morris for rejoining. We see y'all. Appreciate that. The love is always shared. Eric, we still got Kirk is still bitching again. I haven't seen anything else from Kirk in a minute. So going down to that next one, Miles. Oh yeah, here's what I'm looking for. I saw this on Instagram. I think this would be the perfect sponsor for this. Everybody go looking for this because I got the perfect tagline. It's because a little bump ain't never hurt nobody. Go ahead and play that, Miles, for us so we can look to see what the new potential sponsor a pre-workout for the Den Media Group members who work out and want a little extra in their life.
You know, it may look like it, but no. It is a simple but powerful blend of caffeine and inositol. That means clean energy. Without the jitters. You know, it may look.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it without the I'm gonna have to cut the audio on that, but like look, it's a little bump ain't never hurt nobody, man. Sometimes that's all you need to get through the workout, get through your day. You know, it's clean, means it's pure down, it's pure in the south. Yeah, Andre got the shot, gotta have to show a little chest, try to get the views up, show a little chest. But nah, that's funny if we can get that going. All right, on to the next. But you know, that'll get your thing to work. But again, a lot of guys, this right here is all you. Again, if you were doing right properly, this is all you need to get it for VD. Just present her this.
How about that D, baby?
Call it the Andy Reid special. I'll just give it that D. If you can't give it that D right, you need to go to alphamelejacks.com. Alphamelejacks.com is the go-to clinic for all things performance enhancement. Whether you need a bump, whether you need to get your lumps up, whatever it needs to get, whether you got some braille and you need to make sure you get rid of that braille or whatever other gifts they keep on giving. Alpha Male Jacks is your go-to basically health clinic. Like if you're in another country, you're somewhere else, you're not feeling the best, your best, hit them up. They'll make sure they send you whatever's necessary, whatever you need. They will make sure you're good. We operate with women as well. Your hormones are out of whack. You're feeling very, 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 very bitch made. You're having low testosterone, high estrogen levels. Around here squawking and doing a lot of other different things. You need to make sure you go check out alphamelejacks.com so that you can go and become the best you possible. They're one of the show's sponsors. We want to make sure that everybody's living their most abundant life. So on to the next. Speaking of low T, high E, and if we can find the Kirk Herbstreit, Andre, I think it was Andre put up there. So whoever put up that Kirk Herbstreit's bitching again, if y'all can send us the link on the Twitters, we'll go ahead and throw that in there. But on OAN, Jesus, hold on one second.
the lefties in the entertainment industry just won't leave any area alone, right? They just have to seize control over every aspect, don't they?
They've got to make their mark, just like a dog in a dog walk park. You know, every dog has to mark every tree,
Yeah.
right? So that's what's going on here. Shania and the other folks you talked about, what they did is they were in country music and they went out. You know, that's one thing. But people coming into country music have because I know a little something about country music, and they seem
the lefties in the entertainment industry just won't leave any area alone, right? They just have to seize control over every aspect, don't they?
they've got to make their mark, just like a dog in a dog walk park. Music.
One of the things that I hate about the way our country has gone is we speak about each other in like damn near all right. Yeah, we good now with the mic. We speak about each other in terms of like, oh shit. All right, there we go. We speak about each other in terms like almost like it's fucking gangs, like the lefties. So like the Bloods. So let's just talk about it like it's gangs then. The Crips can't just let the Bloods have what they want, right? That's his whole premise of this right now. It's because Beyonce, being the artist that she is deciding that she wants to branch out and that she wants to do more. And it terrifies, for whatever reason, people who can simply just not buy the music. Like, you really don't have to listen to it. You could simply just say, okay. But it's like you're acting as if somebody's going to sit your children down and hold their eyes open or open up their ears and force them to listen to Beyonce. I got news for you. It is a choice. It is a choice for that person. I know a lot of, I want to just say conservatives, because, yeah, I'm a conservative. A lot of people don't understand how the algorithms work. Like, you don't, like I remember Jason Whitlock saying, classy NFL by getting this sponsorship from guys getting fucked in the ass or something like that.com. And without realizing that the algorithm points you in the direction in which you want to go. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, so you would have to actually search out Beyonce's country music album. And if you listen to it and you listen to it numerous times, you know what that means? It means you fucking like it. That's just how it works. And it's kind of like what you're doing right now is what people were doing to Taylor Swift about coming over to the NFL. You don't have to indulge. Like, I watch games on mute. You don't have to indulge in it. And there's all kinds of different angles now that you can watch a game from. Like, you don't even have to watch the one where they're panning the crowd and doing all of these different things. And it's like, but this guy, here's the odd part, right, about this guy right here. His employer is a lefty. Like, and I'm with you, Stephen. In the state of Florida, Stephen put, I refuse to pick a side. I'm with you on that. The only reason I picked a side is so that I could vote in primaries. Because if you don't pick a side, you can't vote in primaries. And I'm really more moderate. My for people who want to know what my political beliefs are, my stances are, I don't care who you're fucking as long as you're not fucking me. Like, and I basically make every decision based upon that. And then sometimes I vote against my best interests. Like, I vote for poor. I don't want poor people robbing me or eating the rich. I'm not rich, but I hope to be one day. And I don't see a problem with giving a couple dollars to somebody every now and then to give a hand up. it's really not as bad as what people are projecting. And I'm gonna tell you this because I as a guy who watches all the news channels, I watched Fox News yesterday, and I learned a lot by listening. A lot of people say a lot, like and a lot was said yesterday in a situation. But regardless, this man works for Tyler Perry. He works for a guy who might be who made billions by dressing up and being a transvestite. He ain't that conservative. And newsflash, since this is Black History Month, let's educate people on the roots of country music. Who invented country music? Anybody in the comments if you would love to share who are the pioneers, who are some of the people who inspired your favorite musicians? Got news for you. They look way more like Beyonce than Shania Twain and all these other people. And even then, you know that they made their spell. Oh, well, it was different when we did it. Man, get the fuck out of here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Old Town Road was a fucking phenomenal song with Hannah Montana's dad. It's great. It's good. It's nothing wrong with adding a little. The problem is for a culture, because that's what people love to see. Because they love to talk. When they talk about American culture, you're talking about European culture. Let's be real. And I love when people talk about, other people are bringing their works. Like you don't know that there's only 2 countries that were started with the outcast and people who were prisoners. That's Australia and the United States. We were both started with the cast-offs and were sent over here to die, and you lived and you flourished. Which is nothing wrong with that. That's just how stuff started. But just realize, like, for a culture that spent its world, spent its time colonizing the world for spices and seasonings, you love shit that's so unseasoned. You go around, you tell everybody, we'll put a boot in your ass because we're the US of A. We're the best. We're this. Why can't you be more American? Why can't you be this? And then when the motherfucker want to come and be with you, why can't you stay over there? You're listening to yourselves. Sometimes the shit's just crazy. I love that shit. I don't, to be honest with you, I love Beyonce as the icon. I just like Taylor Swift. But if you ever see James Coleman cruising down the street, bumping Beyonce, like just without it being on radio, I probably join the other side. Just realize that, like, but I can still respect Beyonce for the mogul she is and the impact that she has on people. It's just what she is, and I think what you're seeing is a total lack of respect from a guy who is in his stance anti-capitalist. Because again, if you're a capitalist, the market dictates what the terms are. Either if she succeeds, it's because country music wanted her. If she doesn't, then that means they didn't. And at worst, it does nothing more than increase the brand. Because one thing that every brand looks for is more people. Rock and roll actually got saved and got a shot in the ass, like an Alpha Male Jack shot in the ass for a little bit when Run DMC and those guys did Walk This Way. Same thing, vice versa. You'll bring more people to each other than you will by separating them apart. It's crazy how often, especially on OWN, if you've never gone to that network, it's very interesting to see the echo chamber in which thoughts are put down there. And I like to laugh at this stuff by people who call other people snowflakes. Oh my goodness, you're melting. You're melting so much. Other people are so offended by what you said that you had to go somewhere else because you were offended to their reaction to your offense. So you went over and you joined the club of other like-minded individuals so that you guys could all stay cold and not melt together. If you were bold enough, you would stay where the fuck you were at and stand on business, but you're not. So you have to go somewhere where you can say and expose these thoughts. And the reality that this page is sponsored by something should let you know that nobody gives a fuck. But the reality is I actually happen to like some country music songs. They're good. I had to get exposed to them, by somebody who liked a little bit of both. It's called crossing the bridge. It's called doing these different things. And I don't understand why you wouldn't want somebody to if you enjoy something, why wouldn't you want somebody else in it? Why do you fear Beyonce? Hell, yeah, I already got these country music singers doing trap country. And there's one of these thick. It was one, I forgot the name, but it was a thick ass white girl that was doing some tractor shit. But yeah, man. Anyways, that's but that's low T. And the problem is that these are the guys that they want to say, like, we're promoting hypermasculinity. There is nothing hypermasculine about a guy being afraid of a woman. Is that who it is, Miles? Can you look up Lainey Wilson and see if we can put something on here? I don't want her music because I don't want to get demonetized, but if we got a picture of her, if my primo is right, but you know, but again, but I don't want people to miss the whole point about this particular guy. This particular guy is on the Haves and the Have-Nots, which is a show that's a part of Tyler Perry Studios. Tyler Perry is a large black man that wears a dress. Oh, wow. Man. Is that's where you got to play the Charlie Wilson to that one. Can I get to the yams? Sweet yeah. Man, they making white girls like this. That's crazy. I wonder if she could fit the our what is that analysis? Our Den Media Group observation. We've got to get her with the black guy. It's for the sake of the line, of the offensive defensive lines at Florida State. All right, man. Does she bathe every day? That's the only thing that scares me, man. Because with COVID, man, I learned a lot about people that I didn't necessarily, that I could have gone without learning. Is because, man, that is some glute to hamstring ratio right there. Like, look at that. That is good for you, Lainey. Good for you. Man. God bless America. Anyways, but country music people wilding. Andre, I didn't get that. I didn't get the message on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, unless you send it to the Den Media Group Facebook about Kurt. But we're gonna go on to the next thing, Miles. Damn, that's a thick ass white girl. Man, you know, they used to say, the old heads just said, when you see a fine ass black woman that just puts a smile on your face, that just, goddamn, that's some man, don't you say that. That ain't no GMO. She didn't get no BBL, did she? She got a BBL? Oh, man. That's sad. I hope not. That couldn't be right. If she did, that's a good one from what it looks like in them jeans. Say she got some GMO yams. One of our yams made in America. Or wherever this, like, I don't even know if we make the best yams in America or not. Idaho's where they make potatoes. But anyway, I don't even know. That's not Steve. That's why I like my pilgrim. Steve put in that. Nah, that's that. Them there is some natural yams. That is some real country bred. Working the farm. Imagine having imagine having an old country ass woman like that, built like that comes in and says, "I'm gonna draw you a bath." Like, I remember when I had somebody tell me, has a woman ever drawn you a bath? And I said, draw me a bath? Like, why would somebody draw me a bath? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I thought she meant like draw, like pull out a pen and like draw like a tub and then like with a spigot. She was like, nah, boy, draw, like pour the water. I'm like, oh, that sounds extra hard. Like, yeah, draw me a bath. That sounds sexy to the motherfucker. Like, you don't even know what that is. That she's speaking of inconvenience. Let's talk pompano. Pompano where? You from Pompano where? You ain't from Exit 36 though. I need to know. Let's talk Pompano if you're from Exit 36. But anyways, let's go ahead and I don't know what the what this play, but what we got here. Is this my childhood dreams coming?
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listings.
I'm grateful to have the chance to say goodbye. I am proud of
I don't know nothing about this.
X-Men.
Fate lies in our hands.
The only way you know about this is if you know about Miami's 5 rings. If you know about this cartoon right here, you know about Miami's 5 rings.
We have to stay vigilant. The professor entrusted us with his dream.
No matter how dark it is,
This scaring the fuck out of Deuce Hazard.
In each other.
We get this done by working together as a team.
Jeez, Thub, keep buzzing in my ear.
A couple of days from now, it's after Black History Month.
Heads up!
Rogue, real talk, Rogue was everybody's first lady.
To me, my X-Men.
I'm sorry, y'all might be grown, but I'm not. I ain't that grown to not watch this. I watch cartoons.
Magneto.
The last will and testament of Charles Xavier. Everything he built now belongs to me.
Damn, and it's on Disney. Oh man, so you know it's gonna be some wild shit in this one. It's gonna be some. You say they're gonna put Goosebumps? Oh, you got Goosebumps. Oh, I'm about to say, man, don't fuck with me like that, man. Goosebumps is
That
cold
would be
as
dope
shit.
too.
I'm about to say, it's gonna do Goosebumps, man. Goosebumps was some cold ass reading for a shit. I didn't even know why I was reading that stuff. But like, again, cartoons back then, they broke. It was so much wild shit that was in these cartoons. Again, they showed a skit from not a skit, but like I guess Jean Grey was in the kitchen cooking, and Gambit went over there, and tasted some of the her food, and he said, "Man, if you don't put some goddamn seasoning in this food." Gavin was so Louisiana, man. Rogue was thicker than a motherfucker, man. Like Storm was so thick, man. Boy, that's why. To be honest with you, I kind of see why people say cartoons influence people. Because I think the reason why thick women are in right now is because cartoons used to build them women thick, like bottom heavy. Yeah, let's talk Pompano, man. Yeah, I know all the fortunately and fortunately, I know a lot about Pompano. You know, my daughter's mother's from that way. But yeah, we'll leave it like that. Make sure you ain't an op. Actually, I don't really give a fuck. Like they ain't gonna do shit. Like, they them church, but she's a preacher's wife now. Let them tell it, but you know, whatever. What we going into next? But yeah, that's scenes in my childhood. I love that. But other things in my childhood, and really how I got into sports and football in particular, because I didn't play football until 9th grade, where I got bullied into playing football. And when I but before that, I had an idea of how to play the game because I played the games. And I was a lover of Madden, but I honestly didn't start really liking pro football until recently. But there was this game that came on, and it actually is how I learned about the map of the United States. And I remember watching college football growing up. Nebraska was crazy back then. And I used to say, Mom, I want to go to Nebraska. I want to Nebraska. She was just like, all right, whatever, cool. Go to Nebraska. But then they put this map and they put recruiting on it, and you had to take the button and you had to push over. And I learned how many states over Nebraska was from the state of Florida. And then I learned that it snowed in Nebraska like that. And that changed my whole mind about going to Nebraska. So I wanted my mama to be able to see me. It's not like how today is. But this was a glorious time. And we are almost getting back. Again, another thing came back before the U, the NCAA video game. And this is the trailer that they dropped from their official website. So hopefully this is really going to happen and happen very, very soon.
Got something special for y'all. A little update for our fans from the Big House to the Bayou, from Carolina to California. Yeah, it's about college football. We know you love it. Us too. Rivalries, comebacks, the traditions and superstitions built by generations. There's nothing like it. Turns out, we've been building too. So let's address the big owl in the room. Yeah, we've seen the posts, the predictions, the doubts. We get it. It's been a minute. Let's just say this ain't the only jersey we've been working on. The game this sport deserves. Because pretty soon, this place will be full again. Until then, cue the crowd noise.
I wonder how realistic it is going to be this year. Like, will they like account for things that are like actually happening at the different schools? Like, will you see like would the U not have like crowd noise unless it's a big game? Like, I'm curious to some of the things and how it's going to work out. With certain plays not being. You said, I think that's what they're trying to work on. They got to pay them something, or actually they may end up paying the universities, and just really what they should just. It's fucked up, right? What I'm going to propose, but there is a way that they can get around all of that shit. They just choose not to, and all they really have to do is just really generate players that have absolutely nothing to do with the current players. Like, don't make. If you make an all-star team, right, or an all-2000s team, and you have a fullback on there, don't have the fullback be number 36. Don't have him have a pacifier mouthpiece, a dark visor, and little elbow pads on both elbows. Like, those are very specific things, like that we all know who that is. And don't make him 6 foot 245 to 260, and from Tallahassee, Florida. And then try to say that's not James Coleman. Like, that's the problem where they ran into, is that they were trying to do these different things. What's supposed to happen? What was supposed to happen is there was supposed to be some mini rollouts from schools. EA has kind of changed and continued to push it back, but this rollout is supposed to be pretty good. But the game is supposed to be coming out in the summertime. I cannot wait for this. Miles, me and Trey are probably going to be fighting. I may have to buy another PlayStation because of this game, because I haven't played a video game since this game stopped. And I was a part of the reason why the game stopped. But actually, I wasn't part of the reason. It was going to happen anyway, so I might as well get a check, right? So I got my little $5,000 check from the games that I was in. So fuck y'all. I took my money, and I'm happy about it.
The game is gone because they were greedy, but it says that the players have to opt in from what I'm reading.
Okay, so
their name, image, and
probably what it is there is a payment that they will give the players, and it's probably not going to be very high. And before people bitch about that, the money that you get for a Madden for being a player isn't very high either. It's not an opt-in. it's a collectively bargain thing. So, but it's for everybody, and everybody gets that check. But they it's really interesting though, how it worked out with all of this. But I'm all for it. I can't wait. The players getting paid. And I'm with you guys now. Fuck those players. They're getting paid enough money. Give me my goddamn video game. I'm with that. Oh, that'd be dope. Eric says HBCUs and other FCS schools will become available after the launch. That'd be dope. I hope everybody gets a piece of this. But it's again, good days. We're making America great again, bringing it back to the good old days. Like if we could just take bits and pieces of like X-Men's coming back, NCAA's coming back. Just keep some things in the past. Don't bring Jim Crow back. Don't bring some of this other shit back. That if we are paying attention to some of these politicians and shit, like not necessarily the policies that they're trying to implement ain't really great. But all right, that's dope. Go to the next thing. We got NCAA coming back, so that's good sports. Man, I can't wait. We may even have NCAA leagues. I will probably be doing my best. I'll probably even have a video game addition to this channel where I just play the game, and y'all see me take teams, see me take FAMU to NCAA heights they've never been to. I can't see that, Miles. You got to blow it up, or
I think it's more EA stuff. I might get out of it.
Oh yeah, we can get out of the EA stuff. Me too, Luke. I never played with myself with Florida State when I was in college with EA. I was always afraid of fucking them up. I was superstitious like that. So I would take like FAMU, or I would take a small school and blow them back up. Yeah, I definitely would probably get with Bordeaux. I'd probably bring Bordeaux on to talk about how his life is going to change with NCAA and some of his strategies. Now, this is about I'm going to talk to you guys about this straight up. And this is why I think why I really don't agree with the Dukes of Hazzard guy. And I don't agree with a lot of people when they say, why can't we all just be the same? Because it's counter to how our great country was made. Our country was not made by a bunch of like-minded individuals. It's literally in our saying, e pluribus unum, out of many, we are one. And I think one of the problems is that while we have that, our world is created and catered and so long to one demographic that equality starts to feel like oppression. And what happens is instead of understanding people and little cultural idioms and things of that nature, people go and they start attacking things that they don't understand. Now, I don't care if you think Trump is guilty. I don't care if you think Trump is not guilty. That is not the case. What I don't like seeing is somebody who is doing their job be attacked for things that we all know is bullshit. So her job is to prosecute. And I think it's Fannie Willis, if I remember correctly. I don't really follow this that much, but what I do see is a black woman who happens to be an AKA, who happens to have been through a process in which I happen to have gone through. When you're basically not getting interrogated, she got publicly deposed. It was a testimony, but basically it was a deposition. And in that deposition, she showed some things that I'm going to critique, because I know she's done the things to other people, because that's what her job as a prosecutor is to do. But boy, were they under her fucking skin. And she showed it. This face, and I can't speak for my white brethren. That's why this show is always going to be the way it is. I like learning about other people. If your mother's made this, now I know Hispanic mamas make this look, but I don't know if white mamas make, I don't know if Polish or Russian mamas, but I know black mamas make this look. and this I've seen this look before. This is every parent-teacher conference that I've ever been in, when my mom is finding out that the teachers are telling her that I'm some kind of mini I don't even know if I can say the word. I'm a problem. And now she looking at me and she ready to slap fire out of me. Like, this is when you know a retort's gonna happen. Now, the reason why this is happening to her is because she got some dick. Sorry. There's no other reason. She got some dick, took some trips, and she got some rigid dick. And that rigid dick happened to be a colleague and happened to be working not on the case as a prosecutor, but as special assignment counsel, basically to help. And the dude that she was getting dick from travels a lot, and it takes some travels. And why I find it ironic and why I could be annoyed with her is not with her, but like alongside of her, is that people are saying, so she took 5 trips in 6 months. And I'm watching Fox News and I'm watching the commentators completely botch her mannerisms because they haven't been around enough black women to understand that, oh, she ain't really mad. That's just resting bitch face because you're coming at her. I remember being deposed. I'll tell you as a guy who went through this shit. I laugh when I sarcastic laugh. I speak how I speak. I talk how I talk. It made the plaintiff's attorney furious at me. He was so mad at me. And once I found out that he was mad, I kept doing it. You get to answer the questions in the manner in which you would like to answer them. It's not, they try to make it just yes or no, but you know, if you say yes or no, they're going to come back and they're going to come back and use that. And she knew that. The only thing that I'll say is when you're an attorney and this is what you do, you know you can't lose your cool because you know that's exactly what the attorneys are trying to do. They're trying to get you to lose your cool. They're trying to get you to talk more than what you need to talk, or they're trying to trap you into something. And you've done this. That's the only problem I have with this black woman right here is that you know you've done this to other people and now you got a taste of your own medicine. Doesn't make it right. But here's my problem with the people coming in and commentating. And this is why you guys need to listen to true, fair, and unbiased media when you're getting these critiques. These guys were on this saying, oh, she was acting like she was auditioning for The View. She was doing this. Who takes 5 trips? Bitch, 4-5 took a trip every other week to Mar-a-Lago, to his own fucking place, which I had no problem with that. Like, a trip once a month is not a lot, guys, when you have money. And this is what I learned, and what I learned consistently about watching people. And I'm not even, I am of means. I'm not rich. I'm not this. I can afford to go out of the country once or twice a month if I wanted to. I don't like traveling because I like working. It's hard working like this. I'm not comfortable. I don't like the getting to part. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. When I get back Saturday, I am dreading getting back Saturday, not to get back to my regular life. I don't want to trip. I don't want to travel. I don't want the trip back. I don't want the rough part, but coming back and forth. But people who like the jet set, this shit is easy for them. With the internet, you can do everything you need to do from a phone. Actually, traveling, I read more when I travel because I have nothing else. There's literally all the distractions are gone, and I can actually focus on something. I get more accomplished. I get more sleep. But we talk as if they're like, she keeps $9,000. Who keeps $9,000 in petty cash? Is what the white man said and the white woman said. And I'm like, bitch, they're going out of the country. Like, she tells them you can negotiate better with cash than you can with your credit card. Also, there's other fees that are attached with using your credit cards when you go out of the country. Like, they're acting like this is all brand new shit. And they're like, oh, the IRS is going to have a field day with this. Not with $10,000, not when you make over 6 figures. They never talk about that. They're not looking for them. Where are the withdrawal slips? Bitch, you know how I could go withdraw $2,000 a month, or if I got to go pay a bill with some cash or whatever, I go take that. I carry petty cash. People carry the late great what's my guy? Steve McNair. Steve McNair died. The reason why they believe he was his friends say he believed that it was a robbery is because things like Steve never had less than $2,500 in his pocket at any given time. Now, that's just her part. Mind you, there is all kinds of people saying that they're picking on Clarence Thomas and I forgot the other Supreme Court justice who literally got paid by people who had cases in the Supreme Court to take travel and take things. We need to leave those guys alone, right? Those bloods, we need to leave those bloods alone who literally took money to go do things for nefarious reasons. But the Crip that does it, oh, we gotta nah, man. She gets some dick. She gets some dick on the side, and we need to figure out where the money to get the dicks coming from, and why she's doing this. Because now again, it's common sense. Now, is it wild? Kind of. But the lady talked about her life. She said she had a bad year, bad 50th birthday. She needs some dick. Hey, I like a woman that pay for the dick. I ain't gonna hold you. And COVID was happening around that time, man. Shit. Man, baby, listen. You're not paying for the, like, again, I told people, she's not paying for the dick per se. She's paying for the dick to leave. She's paying to keep the dick happy. I call it positive pussy presence. On the flip side, nobody wants to fucking negative. I don't want you giving me head with malice. I need you positive. I need you uplifted. I need you to bring the positive pussy experience to me. So she just flipped that. She wanted a PPE, positive penile experience. So maybe she paid for something to get on the trip. Sounds like good. It sounds like mental health. Like, but I'm listening to these pundits, and what you're supposed to do is, and I get it. Again, it's the troll nature of America. Oh, I'm sorry, Mandy. I apologize. I'll stop saying she wanted to full of D. She wanted to full of D. And to be honest with you, I'm not mad at Clarence Thomas unless it was fucking up my freedoms. Like, go do your thing. Like, get paid. And what's wild is you got guys on there talking, and I'm like, damn, you suck at your job because you don't get paid. You suck at your job, you don't get paid. You don't, because they're making these things like, I'm dead serious now. That's not me being stereotypical. That's how the motherfuckers was laughing. Like, that's what I'm like, you some bitch. Like, you are literally, instead of telling the truth, you're catering and pandering to an audience that is looking at you as an expert. When I heard a comedian say this, I truly believe this now for the rest of my life. And how I believe this is that if you're going to wear a suit, you got to speak facts, no opinions, strictly facts. That is what you do. When you're giving an opinion, you got to wear a sweatsuit. Because people, for whatever reason, when you throw on a suit and you throw on a tie, or you have a nice little shirt, couple people, you can't have this. I learned on TV, when you go down here, it's distracting. You just show a little neck if you got one. I ain't got much of one, but you just show a little neck. They believe that you actually know what the fuck you're talking about. The problem is these people don't have any life experience, and they're talking about, well, the judge actually was doing a really good job of playing back and forth, and he did a great job of controlling her. Now there were times when she was wild. She definitely went angry black woman, and let me tell people this. That's the aggravating part, right? Is the code switch that has to happen. Is like, I can't get mad or pissed off because then it comes off the wrong way. I should be able to say this is some bull. Like, she should have literally in a court of law been able to say, Your Honor, this is bullshit. That motherfucker right there ain't getting no pussy. That person right there ain't getting no dick. That's the reason why they coming at me. Because she was going ham with the lady in the blue, the female attorney. Like they were going blow for blow, and the female attorney was trying to trip her up. Then part of the thing what happens is they ask you questions that have nothing to do with anything. Like if you're mad, what they were trying to figure out is if there was a misappropriation of funds of taxpayer funds. And they're asking her questions about her dad. And it all stems from a hating ass black chick. This is again, sorority sister. Again, which I ain't gonna get into that fraternities and sorority shit. Because again, those are like the worst type of gangs. Because like ain't even no loyalty to that shit. Like you'll screw over a fraternity part. It's more loyalty than Bloods and Crips. Political Bloods and Crips and regular Bloods and Crips than it is into the educated gangs. But it was wild, but the gestures were, and wow, the gestures were funny because I could see that. And what's crazy is you got to understand the room, and why I love being successful. You got to be successful because again, you know what's I'll tell you why people don't understand when I tell them my favorite presidents, right? My favorite president is W, by the way. Barack meant a lot to me because I never thought I would live to see that. I figured that was bullshit that they was telling me when I was in kindergarten. You could be the president of the United States. Come on. And I know there ain't gonna never be another one. Like if we for real, right? Barack was like the greatest black dude that they could find. Like, sorry, my guy from Pompano, love Exit 36. But if I ran for president, it's a bitch from Exit 36 gonna come up there and talk all kinds of shit about 36. I can promise you that. It's like to her defense, she has some warrants. I wouldn't be mad at it. I would probably tell her you could have got more money from me by just telling the truth. But now, you let the people get you. And I know she like bread. That money turn her on. But, like, I ain't running for president because I'm going to be honest with you. My skeletons is crazy. Barack ain't have no skeletons. Barack's skeletons was he puffed a little weed, might have did a bump in college like everybody else. And maybe he was inexperienced, but like the man did good. And people just hated him because he was a mixed. I don't know what I'm mixed. The Irish people in my family never invited us to the family reunion. But my daddy dog is 10:30 at night, and my mama could pass, but when she get to talking, you could tell she black. So, or something. But she ain't black. She one of them Puerto Ricans. Anthony, I've said this since I got to college, and I learned so much about women when I left my mama's house. The only thing I blame my mother for is giving me a false idea of how women really move. My mama's a saint. My mama's such a saint that she could be a hoe for all I know, but I would not know because I ain't have 25 uncles. I ain't have all that shit. I ain't know all that shit. My godmothers are some of the nicest women that you'll ever, most respectable women that you'll ever meet. They could be hoes too. Have no idea. They kept all that shit away from me. And I was exposed to a lot of shit. I kept it away from me. But man, when I see women talk about misogyny being the problem. Misogyny is not the problem. Women, it is your homegirls is the problem. Like, for women, it's like, again, just statistically speaking, and not even coming from a perspective of individualism, just perspective. 30% of only 30% of the men have multiple children. 30% of all men have multiple kids. What that tells me is that a lot of y'all fucking the same dude. And y'all wondering, like, men ain't nothing but dogs. No, it's only a small portion of men that are dogs, and y'all keep fucking them. For every Russell Wilson that you say you love, the futures are winning. I'm sorry, I don't know how to tell you this. The futures are winning. It's very sad. I'm going to continue to tell my sons to well, you're going to find one that you like, or I just told my youngest. My youngest said, "Daddy, how many girlfriends can I have?" And I said you can have as many as you can afford, fiscally, mentally, and spiritually. That's the truth. And there's nothing wrong with it. I think sometimes also women sell this I've won mentality and they don't tell all the truth that comes with the I won. Like, and whereas men understand when you grow and you grind, you have to be able to understand that there was some muck that came through that. And I'd never tell you that anything was easy. It's never easy. There's always bullshit. Like one of the things I learned it from Jeezy. Anybody who talks to me on a regular, if you call me and you ask me, hey, James, how's everything going? I'll tell you the same quote. Minus the bullshit, life's great. And they're like, oh, well, you shouldn't be like that. Nah, man, I always go. To be great, you got to go through some bullshit. Big Sean said it. If you want a bad bitch, if you want a fine chick, you better read the fine print. But all that being said is I love this look. This look is phenomenal. I hope that they get past the bullshit. And first and foremost, with respect to what 4-5's attorneys are doing. Their job is to get their client and the co-defendants, and that's what really made it annoying is that these things take forever because there's a lot of people that they're trying at the same time together. So you don't just go through Trump's attorney; you got to go through all of his co-Ds, attorneys, and everybody else. So you're getting rattled off in this deposition that we witnessed. It's something different because a deposition is closed and there's no judge involved. There's depositions are just between both attorneys and a court reporter. But the judge thankfully was able to provide pretty good refereeing on this. So, but we'll move on to the next thing. But it was very entertaining, I'll say that. Like watching the actual courtroom thing, like you don't even have to know what's going on, but it was fiery. So I'll give them that. But it was definitely a waste of taxpayers' time. I don't need to know about who this woman's getting digged down by. I really don't give a fuck. Like I'm just happy because I think that's the problem with the world right now. What's the song? What the world needs more is love, sweet love, or something like that. Like I think sometimes people just need a little. What was the song again? People talk about this age. I talk about what's the girl now? Sexy Red. Stick that ass out, let that coochie breathe, or my pussy pink, my booty hole brown. Like they don't even realize that we had songs like she looked like she needs some dick in her life. Need dick in her life. Tell them to need dick in your life. And you need some dick, and you need some dick. Like these are songs of my youth. I don't hear shit about this generation. Like we was wild, man. I'm telling you, dog. Y'all becoming worse than our parents, and your parents, like just all this shit. Is that the song, Phil? Is that wait a minute? That's the song that Beyonce remade. Cause man, Phil, shout out to my white Phil. It's a fucking phenomenal comment. Even though we went back a little bit. Oh shit. She made Save a Horse. She redid that. That's a song again that crossed over sports and all kinds of shit. I remember was it Big and Rich that made that song? Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. That was on College Football Game Day. That was on all that stuff. Jazz Hole No, we talked about Akanel. Put It in Your Mouth. He had a whole bunch of nasty ass songs. What was the song by the dude? A big skating ring song too. When I was coming up. If you like it in the morning, I can freak you like you want it. If you like it real cheeky, I can freak you how you need me. I can freak you like you want it. Like, again, just all kinds of shit. Like, music is music. If you don't, here's what I don't like. If you don't like something, just like, if you don't like something, just go. Again, Jay-Z quote for everything in life. Fuck critics, you can kiss my whole asshole. If you don't like my lyrics, you could just fast forward. That's all you gotta do. You don't like something, fast forward. Splackavelli and boy, whew. Again, women call men ain't shit, but there's all kinds of songs. Every woman needs that one Splackavelli, a brother she could call when a man ain't doing her right. He can work it all night until the morning light, make you feel right. This man was singing about being the side dude. And women think it, I don't trust. I told somebody I don't trust some women further than I can throw that spear in Las Vegas. Like, it's just because it is not because of a bad thing. It's just because it's nature. Cut Samson's hair. You all all kinds of shit, man. Like, anyways, go to the next thing, Miles, please. Get off of this. This is funny. That was funny though. That's good times. But I love when we just get off the track. Phil, I won't. I'm not a singer. I think those are things with me just giving my commentary. Oh, shit, I can't even. Oh, again, my bad. Damn, we really close in this. It ain't the kids, guys. I got news for you. It's not the Jits. We keep saying it's the Jits that's fucking up college football. I had a guy that had the nerve to tell me that, well, football coaches, it's a real job. It's not, these guys are students. Georgia State announced that they're canceling the rest of the spring practices in their spring game, which was set for March 7th. Why? They just started practices on Tuesday because head coach Sean Elliott has stepped down to become an assistant coach at South Carolina. This man is stepping down as the head coach of a Division I of an FBS school to go be the assistant coach at a school where that whole staff's probably getting fired next year. But y'all blame the kids. 30 kids. They just had National Signing Day. A whole bunch of kids just signed a commitment. That guy came in the living room and told them, I'm going to be your son's father for the next 4 years. And you ain't got to worry about nothing. You ain't got to worry about anything. Like, I'm going to make sure y'all heard Travis Johnson, what he said his mom and dad were worried about. You heard what Lorenzo Booker said his mom and dad were worried about. Yeah, I've heard all these guys talk about the recruiting process and what it was like leaving home and what their parents were worried about. Is my baby going to eat? Is my baby going to be taken care of? Is my baby going to be that? These men sat there in these people's houses and said that I want your son to be like me. And then left. What does that say about, again, it ain't the kids. It's the adults. We can't blame and talk about the culture in which the kids are going through right now while we have adults running wild without any repercussions. Personally, I know a way to prevent it. I'm not saying that he should not leave to be able to get career progression. What I'm saying is him leaving right now is some bullshit. What I'm saying is that if he left, he should have to face a 60-day suspension wherever he goes. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. We got to stop blaming. Like, it's so easy to again, but this isn't American apple pie. We blame the victim's response and not the things that set up the response from the victims. That victim might be too harsh of a word, but what we just say is we're blaming the symptoms and not what caused the symptoms. And that's the system. You have to fix the system. And, a lot of people, well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to work until you have this job until you don't have this job. Man, it's, again, dog, like, we got to figure out what we want to be, man. Again, it's so cowardice to blame kids. That's all I'm saying. Attitude reflects leadership. Stop blaming the people for doing what their leaders are doing. That's why I don't blame people when they just go around like, never mind. I was about to make a political joke, but that's not what this show is about. But it's wild. That's a wild shit. Speaking of wild shit, can anybody tell me what the fuck is going on in Florida? Florida's losing everybody. All their coaches is bouncing. The co-offensive line coach is leaving to go to the NFL. Florida fans hated their offensive line. But the coach is good enough to go to the league. It's not how this shit works. They've lost their strength and conditioning coach that just got there. Ain't been there a month. They lost him to Boston College. That is a big dick slap in the face. You lost your offensive line coach, and now you also lost your special teams coach. And now you've got people saying that you got your head coach saying our NIL department is 18 months behind everybody else's. We got to protect our own. We have to keep our kids. We have to. You got fans posting crocodiles protecting eggs, not alligators. I think that's one of the pictures up here, Miles. You can keep going through all of this. But, like, what the fuck is going on at the University of Florida? I personally enjoy it. I almost feel bad for the kids. But those kids made a decision. A couple of them made a decision. It's called Guard the Nest. Don't let our rivals steal our players. Contribute to the Gator Defense Fund.
That's so sad.
We need that music. In the arms of an angel. Did you know that every 30 seconds, a Florida Gators player is contacted by an FCS school and tell them to come play for a winner? You're never going to win on the FBS level, so come play for a winner on the FCS level. And every now and then, there's one player that is lucky enough to be able to promote themselves to a rival. And then they'll put a picture of Ricky Leonard in a montage of him playing. They looked at our schedule and they said they don't want to see that 2-win ass whooping that they're going to take every day. What we need you to do, Florida fans, is contribute. Contribute to this Gator Defense Funds to help us pay for syringes, needles, wrapping, taping, tape. We need knee sleeves. We need all these different things to protect our boys, to make them stronger, so that they can be able to embrace these ass whippings that are coming up this entire year. With your donation of 50 cents a day, we can help defend our Gator players and maybe at least entice them by paying them more. Some people have to pay for the pussy. Some people get it willingly. We're one of those groups that have to pay for it. So why don't you help us pay to keep our players around? In the arms of an angel. Just do that real quick. That's what they might as well do. What the fuck happened? Where is Silk? Please, where is Silk in all of this? You are needed, my Negro. We need all that boldness and bombastic poverty programs. Big dogs over here. Where the fuck is he at? He's not even on here. He's been muting shit. He's been like doing all these other things. Shout out to Adrian. Shout out for 12 months. We've been doing this for 12 months. Shout the fuck out. Did not realize that. Appreciate you. So, wow. Over here. I didn't realize we've been doing this for 12 months. It's crazy. My guy Silk. Shout out to Silk. Big Fruit Roll Up. Y'all go like them. They got to be doing something. I don't know what they doing. But like my man became a better father. I ain't never seen I ain't never seen a season go that bad to where you got like it forced you to be a better father. Like he's telling people, "Hey man, go play with your sons. Go do something. Get a fight. Pick up something better than football. Life is bigger than football." He went from heavy trolling to losing. It made him be like you can't do both. Like I'm bonding like a motherfucker with my kids, but we winning over here. It's different. Like, he let me know that some of y'all be beating the fuck out of y'all kids when y'all teams lose. Like, Junior's in there like, come here, Junior. Oh, shit. Florida lost again. Dad's going to beat me. Y'all taking that MFTK shit way too far. Go touch grass. Like, man, what the fuck, man? What the hell is wrong with some of y'all, man? It's crazy the lack of testosterone and the high estrogen that comes out during one of the most masculine forms of team sports. Like, take that ass whooping like a man, dog. Like, it's just, but then again, the big joke used to be he didn't even know who their announcer, who their voice guy was. It's like, imagine an FSU fan not knowing who Gene Deckeroff is. Like, you know, it's wild, but yeah, so it's crazy time, mad times. But hey, whatever. Y'all wild. But something's going down in Florida. Florida needs some guys. Y'all, if you're a Florida fan, go watch my guy Gator Dave. Maybe he'll help. Finishing this up, NFL draft has people talking crazy again. Every year there's somebody, and I'm not going to hold you, right? Covering the draft, every year somebody becomes a darling. I get why Anthony Richardson was that guy. Anthony was fast. He has a cannon arm. He does have intellect. He was just in a bad spot. But what is JJ McCarthy's excuse? And why do people have him rated so high when he has Jim Harbaugh, who was an NFL coach that led a team to the Super Bowl in consecutive conference championship games? Had the Super Bowl won, had his brother not reset the damn PlayStation. Then you've got so now he's with the NFL team again. You've got they won a national championship, and people are saying, well, he didn't. The excuse now is he would be better if they threw. And I'm like, they tried to do that in the national championship game and damn near lost it. They're a running team. But JJ McCarthy is the guy that everybody is saying that they're even saying that Dak Prescott, man, if you don't get the fuck out of here, JJ McCarthy is going to get somebody's. I will be the first to admit I'm wrong with this, but I'm just telling you, you draft JJ McCarthy, you're going to be you better update your fucking resume. You're going to be looking for a job in a few years. Like, and that's a career killer right there. But we'll have more stuff on that, and that's going to be one of my questions of the combine. Why JJ McCarthy? And lastly, on this last thing right here, you know what? Actually, I want to spend more time on that one, Miles. We'll end it on this JJ McCarthy bullshit. But yeah, man, I hope everybody's had a great week. I'm chilling. Next week, we're going to come hard to work. We'll be back inside Goodfellas, doing all these different things, vibing, chillaxing, hopefully get these numbers back up. Appreciate everybody for joining us. Thank you for Mandy and everybody saying this is like their breakfast club. Hopefully I'm not as bad as Charlemagne. Y'all don't hate on me as bad as Charlemagne that people do, even though I think Charlemagne's dope. I'm going to enjoy this last beacon of relaxation. I got a little Filipino chick in Mexico that I fell in love with on Monday that I'm going to go see again. And she got this bamboo and oil thing she want to try on me. So we're going to try something a little strange. Hopefully I'll be able to be good with it. But outside of that, man, I appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. And we will see you guys next time.